morning and happy Monday. Thank you for being here today at Authentic Truths with me, Lisa. It is absolutely freezing. It was 33 degrees when we went to the bus stop this morning. I'll tell you what, as winter takes hold, I'm reminded how much I don't like it. It's my most disliked month of the year around here. And you know what? It's like, whatever. Suck it up, buttercup. This is the price I pay to also drive to the beach on any given weekend and home again. So there it is. Let's go ahead and get started on today's episode. There are people out there with a whole lot of opinions on what someone else should be doing to combat addiction in their family. People who criticize the measures you take to survive what ultimately tears your heart apart. The suggestion that anyone is doing this wrong infuriates me. There is no wrong way to get through this disaster of life choices that your loved one makes. And the pain for any parent is unbearable. So yes, they might choose to help in ways that make no sense to the outside world. But what I've learned is we all do what we have to do to survive the fear and pain of family addiction. It's a life filled with learning and growing within. And I trust God more than the opinions of people who think they are God. You know, recently, I heard a parent being verbally attacked for the way they are choosing distance to gain a time to heal. People questioning their love for the child who is lost due to substance use because they need space. I can't. Who are you to put the burden of shame and guilt on the shoulders of anybody, let alone a parent watching their child self-destruct and kill themselves a little more every day? Keep your opinions to yourself. Addiction doesn't change a parent's love. It eventually instigates the need to form livable boundaries, not against the person fighting their strongholds, but for you, the person who can't control how people lost in addiction choose to live or recover. Parents want to fix their child's missteps. From early on, we see that happen. They want to serve and save them from their mistakes because usually those consequences involving substance use are life-changing or life-ending. So yes, parents want to do all they can to help. And it takes a long time for parents to realize there's no control here and they're not a savior. It may take years for them to stop enabling, that's the word, right, addiction behaviors, with their hope of helping and thinking they show their love by stepping into spaces they never should be in. Today, we tend to hear that connection is the best way. But don't be ashamed or feel guilty when that connection is minimal or non-existent. My connection dwindled to text and then infrequent text, and now silence. After a lengthy trial through addiction, distance may provide the opportunity to heal from the trauma. That's it. That's what it is. Many people don't realize the outburst, the violence, and fear you as a parent or family member lived through. And during active recovery, the doors may open once again. But base that decision on your newfound livable boundaries. I found myself holding back often. I listened and encouraged. I needed and oh, how I wanted to voice my truth, but I respected their condition and the need for their healing as well. When the moment is right, my heart speaks with gentle firmness to express my feelings, my lived experience, and my opinion. Connection in active addiction is individual to us all. Every situation is unique. You don't deserve abuse of any kind. You don't deserve the on and off contact that we experience with our loved ones that leaves us sitting around wondering if they are dead or alive. But this is the reality that some face. Through your recovery from their addiction, you evolve. And when the time comes that your loved one is radio silent, you cope with the resiliency you've built. You don't go through all the same emotions daily that you did at the beginning, all those feelings and fears that took you down. And you can learn to function through pain, because the pain really doesn't go away. Their addiction no longer holds you hostage. I suppose the people out there with their grand opinions, can suggest your heart gets a bit hardened to the possibilities as you accept their choices and the outcomes of chronic substance use, which we all know are jail, treatment, or death. But in my experience, which I have well over a decade of it now, it's not a hardened heart that helps me get through the toughest experiences of my life. No, it is the grace of God that allows me the space to feel all the emotions of this horrific life without condemnation or judgment. Because when you don't fear reality, when you've come to a place of acceptance, the acceptance that you don't control anything, you don't become hard, you become wise. Whether or not we have a connection to our loved one during active addiction, our love never changes. And they can say it does all day long, but they would be wrong. They can live in their wrongness. Because even in silence, we still love our children, always and forever, no matter what. I hope that this brings you some peace and that you don't feel alone and that you understand that your boundaries are for your well-being. Even when they hurt your loved one, even when they hurt you. Because we can't all live under the stronghold of addiction. Whether they're addicted to drugs and alcohol, or you're addicted to fixing their addiction with drugs or alcohol, we've got to let it go and let God do the work that He needs to do within us and within them. Thank you so much for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.